any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. Protection and vindication of the innocent is as important to the peace officer as is the apprehension and punishment of the guilty. On August 4th of last year, the boastful wanderings of a twisted criminal mind created an unusual situation for the highway patrol.
Just a moment, operator. I'll have to get some more change. Operator, get me the highway patrol. Hurry, there's a man holding up the filling station.
Highway Patrol, Larrabee. Yes, ma'am? Yes, go right ahead. Can you hold on just a moment, please? Attention all units. At Carson's filling station, Mortgage Road and Highway 118. A robbery taking place now. Ma'am, is he still there?
Just driving away now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. The suspect is now leaving the scene of crime, heading north on Highway 118, driving a gray four-door sedan. License, Mary Paul Frank 686. 1440, establish a roadblock south of Frederick Junction. 1328, cover the backwood turnoff. 2410, drop down to cover roadblock on 118. 10-4?
2150 to headquarters.
Go ahead.
My 1020 is Lane Junction and 118. I'll cover from the south. 10-4?
10-4.
Get the first aid kit. We got him. He's up here. Harry's with him. His name's Spec Martin. What are you looking for, copper?
I might be looking for the guy that did this roadside jobs. You think I might have gotten lucky and found him?
I fooled you for a long time. I'll fool you again.
Look, come on, Spec. Stop trying to fool me. What about that packing plant job? What about that farm job you did? We used to peg you for a big shot. Right now you're doing it for peanuts.
You never had me figured, copper. You're a bunch of dumb clucks. You even sent a guy to prison for a job I did.
You want me to believe that?
The guy believes it. He'll believe it for a long time.
Who is he?
Find out, copper.
When did this happen?
A long time ago. A long...
Come on, Spec. What job was it?
Guy in a restaurant. What a clown. Try to grab him a gun. Let him have it, copper. I don't like to shoot. Mostly don't have to. Show them a gun and they faint.
Is this the gun?
Find out. Guess, copper. Guess.
This couldn't be the gun. It's too new.
You're stupid, copper. That gun was new 10 years ago.
You think we can believe him?
This'll get an innocent man out of jail, I'll believe it. $21.50 to headquarters.
Headquarters by
Have the lab boys wait for me. I'm coming right in.
10-4.
You take the car and resume patrol. I'll wait for the ambulance to make out the report.
Right. Here are the reports from the lab and the Records Bureau. We have one other bullet on file that was fired from this gun. Case 11897M, taken from the body of a restaurant owner that was killed in a holdup, June 23rd, 5 years ago.
Martin mixed up in it?
No. A man named Howard Silver. Tried and convicted of the crime, sentenced to life imprisonment.
Oh, he could be getting hot. Take it from the top.
The restaurant was a small highway bus stop. 1146 Howard Silver drove into the parking lot in a white four-door sedan. He got out and went into the restaurant. There was nobody in there at the time except the owner and the waitress. The waitress served what Silver wanted and then went in back to prepare for the arrival of the bus, due around midnight. 10 minutes later, she heard a shot from the restaurant about the time the bus was pulling into the parking lot. In the beam of the bus headlights, the driver saw a man run out, get into a four-door white sedan and drive off. He later identified that man in court as Howard Silver.
They find a gun?
No.
What about loot?
No loot.
What was the bus driver's name?
Jerry Reynolds.
Where is he now?
We're checking.
Why did they pick up Silver?
At a motor court down the highway. He readily admitted being in the restaurant, but denied any part of the shooting.
Did Silver have a record?
None.
Well, that's circumstantial evidence. It's convincing, but circumstantial.
Couldn't Silver have had that gun the night of the holdup?
Oh, Martin told me he had this gun for 10 years. You know something? I believe him.
But if Spec Martin has had that gun all this time, how come bullets from it haven't shown up?
Well, he said he didn't like to shoot. Most of the time, he didn't have to.
Well, statistics bear him out on that. Very low percentage of holdups end up in a shooting.
Could be that Silver finished his meal and took off. Then Martin came in, pulled the holdup, and that's the one the bus driver saw run into the white car.
Well, at any rate, these two bullets match.
Yeah, and it proved that one of them killed the restaurant owner. From the same gun.
Highway Patrol, Larrabee. Yes, go ahead. Okay, thanks. Jerry Reynolds still driving a bus. He's on a run now. He'll be at the end of the line in 15 minutes. Stay in layover zone 15 more.
Where's the end of the line?
Junction of Route 12 and Hanover Highway.
We're going to have to present our evidence to see if we can get a release for Silver right away. Start things going, will you? I'm going out and talk to Reynolds. Jerry Reynolds?
Yes?
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol. Oh, that's all right. Go right on with your lunch. I just want to ask you some questions. Tell me, 5 years ago, weren't you a witness to a highway restaurant robbery?
Yes?
Didn't your testimony send Howard Silver to prison?
Yes?
What did you see confirm the identification?
The man himself. They reenacted the scene, you know. They had Mr. Silver run for the white car in the beam of my headlights.
Did you see his face?
Not very well.
How could you identify him then?
The attorneys had a big fight about that. I could tell by the way he ran, even if I didn't see his face.
Yeah, I see.
Has something else happened? Is that why you're asking me all these questions?
We found the gun that killed the restaurant owner.
There must be a mistake.
There's no mistake.
Then, because of my testimony, you feel that an innocent man is serving a term in prison?
Could be.
Mr. Matthews, I did what I thought was right. And to be absolutely truthful, I still think I was right.
You think your way, I'll think mine. I'm going to get Silver out of prison right now.
by the Highway Patrol obtained Howard Silver's immediate release from prison. But Matthews knew there would be adjustment problems to be met. And especially concerned would be Silver's daughter, Emily.
Yes?
Silver?
Yes?
I'm Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Oh, yes. Please come in, Mr. Matthews.
Thank you.
They told me what you've done for my father. I don't know how we can ever thank you enough.
You're expecting him home today, aren't you?
Yes, I'm waiting for him now. I wanted to drive up to the prison and bring him home, but he wouldn't hear of it. He wouldn't even let me meet him at the bus depot.
Why not?
He said he had some things to do on the way home.
Well, you know, being in prison, even if you're guilty, it's pretty rough. But to be in there when you know you're innocent, that's rougher.
I know. It's been tough on Dad. The last time I saw him, he was so bitter, so strange.
Well, he's going to be strange and bitter when he gets home. You just be patient. It'll work out.
Believe me, Mr. Matthews, I'll try with everything I have.
And if you want us, call us.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Goodbye. And thanks again.
Good to see you, Emily. Bye.
Well, come on in, Dad. Come on, let's go. Isn't it wonderful, Dad? Here you are home. We're back together again, and you're looking fine.
I feel good. How about you?
Couldn't be better. Here, let me take your hat. Oh, Dad. Well...
what's new?
What's new? That's a silly question. Well, let's see. I got a promotion and a raise in salary last week.
Good.
And, oh, yes, I made the last payment on the car yesterday.
The car? Is that your car parked out front?
Mm-hmm. It isn't very new, but isn't it a dandy?
Say, what are you doing home this time of day? Or is this your day off?
Not as a rule, but Mr. Engel said I didn't have to report today, so I could... Oh, Dad.
Baby.
I've missed you so much, and I've been so lonesome.
Yes, I know, and I'm sorry, honey.
Day after day and year after year.
Yes, I can understand that, too.
And then when you wouldn't let me come and meet you, I was worried. I just couldn't reason it out.
I had a reason. There were some things I had to do.
Well, you could have told me. Oh, Dad. But what am I weeping about?
Now, here.
Isn't that silly? Isn't that just like a woman? Why should I cry when you're home now? That's the thing that counts. And from now on, you're the guest of honor.
Thank you. I was surprised when you sent me this address. How long have you been living here?
Quite a while.
You didn't mention it in any of your letters or the last time you were up to see me.
Oh, I know I didn't, but I didn't want to worry you.
Why did you leave our lovely home and move into a little place like this?
Well, I lost the house, Dad. I just couldn't keep it up after Mother went.
Yeah, your mother wouldn't have died if they hadn't put me in prison.
Well, Dad, you're not in prison now, and you and I are going to start up a new life together.
What does Bob think about all this?
Bob?
Yes, Bob, the boy you're going to marry.
Oh, well...
You are getting married, aren't you? The last time you saw me, you said...
Well, I thought it over, and I guess my freedom is just something I don't want to give up.
You mean Bob found out your father was a jailbird?
My father's not a jailbird. He never was a jailbird. And anyway, I'm much too happy to have him home to think about silly romances that didn't work out. Now then, the next thing on the program is lunch. And to coin a phrase, it's fit for a king. Be seated, King.
Hello? Bus Transit Lines? This is the General Credit Company. A man named Jerry Reynolds has applied for a loan. His application says he's employed by your company. Is that true? He is? Good. Then if we send you a questionnaire, you'll fill it out, please? Fine. By the way, is Reynolds on duty today? Uh-huh. What time? It leaves a time limit of 1:54? Thank you. Oh, is this the bus that goes out on Century Boulevard? Thanks again. Bye.
Isn't Jerry Reynolds the man who testified against you?
Emily, I need some money.
You're not going to go on living in the past, are you? Can't you see it's only the future that counts?
No, I can't see that.
But you must see it. You're free now. You have everything to live for.
I have? Look, I had a successful business that I worked years to build up. It's gone. I was married to the finest woman that ever lived. She's gone. I had a beautiful home. It's gone. And my daughter has lost every chance for happiness. All this because a man lied. Because one man couldn't be honest with himself and the rest of the world. That's why I'm going to find Jerry Reynolds. And when I do, I'll kill him.
You can't mean what you say.
Oh, I mean it all right. I stopped on the way home and picked up a gun.
You'll go back to prison.
And I'll need the keys for your car.
No, Dad, no. Dad, you've got to stop and think before you do anything like this. I've waited so long for you. The Bible says if we want our sins forgiven, we have to forgive those who sin against us. Please, Dad.
Emily, I'm a ruined man, and Jerry Reynolds is going to pay for it. I'm going to make him suffer for what he's done to me.
You're bound to be caught.
I expect to be caught. And I don't even care if I'm killed in the act, as long as I get to shoot first.
So you're going to kill a man to satisfy your lust for revenge. You don't care what happens to you, and apparently you don't care what happens to me either.
Emily.
I've put up a front for 5 years because I knew you were innocent.
It's no use.
What am I going to do when I know you're in prison because you are a murderer?
Emily, I'm sorry, but this is the way it has to be.
You can't do it, Dad. You can't. You mustn't. Please. Please.
Forgive me.
Dad. Operator, give me the highway patrol, please.
Matthews.
Mr. Matthews, this is Emily Silver. My dad took the keys to the car. He's gone out. And he said...
What'd he say?
He said he's going to kill Mr. Reynolds.
What's the license number of your car?
LVE 745.
LVE 745. What kind is it?
Yellow convertible.
Now, just a minute. APB. Yellow convertible, LVE 745, driven by Howard Silver. Get his record out of the files.
Right.
Exactly what happened?
I overheard him trying to locate Mr. Reynolds. I told him he'd go back to prison, but he said he didn't care. He said his life is ruined and there's only one thing he wants now. Revenge.
Did he have a gun?
Yes, he said he got one on the way home.
If you hear from him, call me right away, will you?
Why won't he be himself, Mr. Matthews? He's not acting like my dad at all. My father was a wonderful and sweet man. He just can't do this. You'll help him, won't you? Please help him. Please.
We'll sure try. Get in touch with Reynolds at his house. If he's there, tell him to keep himself locked in till we get to him. I'm going to try the bus company. Thanks very much. Reynolds has left. He's a half hour out of the terminal. Let's see, that should put him about right in here. Contact one of the units in that area. Have him get in touch with the bus.
Right. What's the fare, please?
How far are you going?
The end of the line.
37 cents.
Yeah. 1340 just located the Silver's car. Short distance from the bus stop. Palmer Drive and Century. No sign of Silver.
That means Silver's on the bus. If he is, Reynolds is in trouble. We're dealing with a guy whose motive was revenge. He doesn't care whether he gets caught or not. Let's gamble that Silver will torment him for a while. I'm going to try and pick that bus up at First Junction. You get his daughter out there as fast as you can. We might need her.
Aren't you?
That's right.
Remember me?
Can't say that I do.
That's funny. You remember me all right when you saw me in the beam of your headlights.
Howard Silver.
That's a good guess, Reynolds. Much better than the one you made 5 years ago.
Silver, I found out I made a mistake. I'll do anything in the world to make it right with you.
You'll have to hurry, Mr. Reynolds, because you only have a few minutes left to live.
What's it for? 23 cents.
Here.
Thanks.
Let's go.
Oh, Mr. Matthews, did he?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I'm so glad.
So am I, Emmy. I guess I've been in the dark for a long time. But now, everything seems light again.
Can't you let him go, Mr. Matthews? He'll be all right now. I know he'll be all right.
Emily, the officer has to do his duty.
But this is Mr. Matthews, the man who found out about you, who worked to get you out of prison.
Mr. Matthews, it may sound silly now if I say I'm grateful, but I am. Deeply and sincerely grateful.
Yeah, I know you are. And I'm sorry. Now take him away. Let's go.
What will they do with him?
That's up to the judge. Come on.
Mr. Matthews,
Now what?
it's been quite a trip, and you saved my life, and I want to tell you how grateful I am. But can I pull out now? I'm way behind schedule.
You sure can if I can have my 23 cents back.
My life is certainly worth more than that.
It wasn't a few minutes ago.
It's all right.